I'm gonna be doing some interviews. I'm gonna be doing some podcasts, like I was mentioning. That's what's gonna be my project for this year. And I'm gonna start just recording the student videos with some of my friends, and we're just gonna chat about different topics. And I usually focus on the topic of psychedelics, sexual energy, Mother Aya, motherhood, what it is to be a woman, and relationships with ourselves, relationship with our families, relationship with the life itself, And on top of that, there's just so much, that it's happening all at once. And my main reason why I want to be doing this podcast is because I think we need to all start envisioning where we're going and start having a wider view of us, starseeds, co-creators, goddesses, saints, all these incredible Buddhist monks, people that we are the bridge right now towards the future. We carry traces of what it used to be, we were raised without technology, we were very deeply connected to our families, and now there is this whole generation of technology kids, that are maybe a little bit more disconnected from what we were connected to. So the idea is that we can bring to life and bring this knowledge and wisdom for the future, and for the people yet to be born. Literally, we're gonna be the elders for the people, and eventually, and it takes each other, it really takes all of us to co-create something beautiful and unique and amazing. And I know some of you are already stepping into your power. Some of you are already full force on healing generational traumas or whatever you've been inherit, warrior mode on, stubborn to get it done with, to move freely, and to continue discovering what that does, what is to live a life where there is no pain, suffering, or struggle, or these other things that can block so much of our potential, and we don't need that. And I think I'm with you guys, I'm also discovering what it is to live a life without trauma or blockages or all these limiting beliefs that we've been engraved, through our families. And I'm also finding out, what is blocking me, why I'm coming through new perspectives and ways of dealing with certain things, and everybody has their own ways. That's the beauty of it. No one, we're all unique. We figured out our own ways, and some ways work for some ways don't, because ultimately we're all very complex individuals. And I want to share just the ways I take on, challenges and situations, and also in my own self-discovery. I want to continue finding out who I am. I want to continue discovering what we're capable of, what I'm capable of, and also to leave a legacy for my children. Ultimately, the world out there, it wants us all shaped into the same box, and I think you want it or not, we're evolving in such a speed, literally nobody can put into a box what we are and are capable of doing. We're becoming so much more aware of our emotions, our minds, our thoughts, feelings. People are so skillful right now, and maybe I'm even I'm not supposed to carry on a torch of nothing. Maybe I'm supposed to learn from the children and those that also carry knowledge and wisdom of how we are supposed to continue carrying on, So I'm here for all of it, to be vulnerable, to be just open about receiving and exchanging information. And that's the idea also of the church that I want to bring into fruition whenever is the time for it. And I don't want to just justify live them, and I want to continue just. I feel like there's just so much engaging around everything. Like the government just wants to make sure that it's all fit in somewhere, and I think that's so blocking. Like ultimately, it's blocking your full potential of it all. And what I want is freedom. I want no barriers. I want complete full expression of what we are, and continue just sharing the love, sharing the consciousness, sharing the awareness, sharing the expansiveness that we can connect to. And it's amazing. Like I think everybody has ups and downs, and I've gone through my ways where I'm fully, completely social, and at times I'm just completely introspective, and I just want to do well in my own self-care, in my own discovering of quietness and being at peace of it. And recently in my how do you say that, hermit, is that how you say it? Like being a hermit, like introspecting through this winter, you know, I'm discovering different how we have been, or I've been getting used to stimulation, and how do we draw from it and connect and just be simple, more simplicity into what I do, into, you know, not so much distraction, just more being, more cooking, just like obviously taking care of my family, but just like, okay, grounding. And I don't think I would have done that if it wasn't because of my partner. Like my partner is like cell phone free all day long, and I feed off my social media. Like I love interacting with people, I love sharing, I love learning, I love getting inspired, I love learning. So I use as a stimulation, as a Gemini for myself to try. And then also I'm learning how to, like, I mean, I can just go on for days without worrying about my phone. And I'm learning balance, and I'm learning balance for my children, because I know they also want to be able to live life and also learn how to use and navigate these tools that can connect it to the rest of the world. And there is some fears there, because, you know, oh yeah, data, or you're gonna be a clone, or blah blah blah. It is so much, you know. I mean, I believe there is so much happening, and yes, there is clones, and there is like AI, and anything and anyone can just grab from who you are and bring it into this, which I don't mind. I mean, reason why I record is because I want to leave my spark in the internet. I want to also just like, okay, if I die, then there you guys have a piece of me through here, and maybe yeah, I can be downloaded through AI as a personality, whatever. I don't care. I hope so. And yeah, I think the world needs a lot more me's, a lot more Tlawis, and a lot more people that we can continue sharing and thriving just in the way that we are ourselves. Ultimately, just let you be you and accept each other as we are, and continue just exploring that full potential of what it is to be free. So I hope I'm not like blasting you off right now, but that's my goal. Learn to be free, learn to be open and loving, and also to receive. You know, there is just so many different topics. There is so much that people have passed on that is blocking the love, and there is just so much the other forces wanting to suppress what we're capable of doing and block off the expansiveness that we can become. And it doesn't come until you really are alone, until you are, you know, like when you discover that silence, when there is nobody else's chatter in your mind, when there is nobody else's criticism or judgment, or there is nobody expecting anything from you. You have the opportunity to really just be you. And I don't think I would have found that if it wasn't because of motherhood. Like, it's a whole different transition, you know. Before, I couldn't even be myself around people because it's like I treat myself so sacred that I had to hide myself from everybody else's and just share and be all my wildest selves in secret, you know. And I couldn't do that being a mom. Like, I went crazy, so I learned to be myself at all times with my children and get rid of my shyness and even play even more, you know. Like, children are so like wise, they teach you without them knowing, and they're just free, and that's what they have like gifted me, my own freedom. So I'm forever grateful. I hope we can all continue learning from children because they just have so much more that we can tap into or recover and rediscover, and we need it. The planet needs it. We need to see through the eyes of a child. We need to see through everything like the first time, and it is. Every day is a whole new, like yesterday changes, the seasons changes, nature is never the same and same as we. So with all that's happening, I'm learning to filter and, you know, with what I'm doing today, how my tomorrow will be. And I know I went through a little break of like whoa, like push on the brakes big time, like what the fuck is going on, and be in shock, you know, with the rest of you. I think like we're all in shock of all the inhumane ways that people can be towards others, and I think it broke me open. It cracked me open. I cried so much. I felt so much. And I dwelt in it, demanding and praying and using my own energy, life force to make a change. And I see those little changes through others. I may not be straight on the field battling, but I am battling in my own way, in the ways that I know best how to. Battling energetically, spiritually, sending all the strength, blessing the souls that are leaving this place, sending them to God, pouring candles, like making sure they're taken care of too, because we're all here. And I see like so many angels, which is so wild how like they might not be here in this plane in the physical body, but they are in the spiritual body. And guess what? The field is way stronger because now we have all these other beautiful souls that are elsewhere also fighting for the good cause. Blows my mind. Everything has a reason, yet no one deserves to continue living the atrocities that some people are making today. And plus, the future. Like, I don't want to die and reincarnate in a way where I have to also struggle and suffer. Like, come on, you guys. Like, we all eventually have to get our shit together in this world, in a place where we can all live in harmony. So, at least we gotta start with our closest family members, with our closest, your children itself, you know, our friends and family. Like, I stopped fighting because I realized I was fighting. That fighting energy gets reflected, and if we all as a collective are fighting or feeling unjust and this anger of all these things that are happening, then yes, it's going to manifest in a war. So are we being honest with ourselves? Are we being like are we finding peace within us, or are we fighting even ourselves? Because ultimately that gets reflected back into the field. So I'm focusing as much as I can to see the reality that I do wish to see. And I'm so mind-blowing. I know it's not fair, really, that we are going through so much in so many ways. And I'm still learning. I'm just a child. I think there is so much more to continue learning. But I do believe that in the field that we live in, and what we're reflecting, like, gets projected back at us. And to see Bison, for example, like laughing and smiling and playing like a child, like so happy regardless of whatever else is going on in that part of the world, like that is so joyful. Like, don't forget to live in joy and great gratitude and love so much love and forgiveness, and so much reminders to continue, like, all right, like, if you lose yourself of the past, bring yourself back into it with kindness, with compassion, with love, forgiveness. Do not punish yourself for things that you've done wrong, you know? Like that. Why would you do that to yourself? You're not your own police. No, you are your own parent. You know, you are your own mom, your own dad that's gonna teach you yourself, you know, being kind and gentle. Okay, like, I didn't do this properly, but hey, like, I'm becoming aware of this and I can change it for my next opportunity, okay? And we have plenty of opportunities. Well, the key point is not giving up. And not saying, oh, fuck it, I fucked up, so I'm gonna fuck it up. No, wait, like, come on, don't do that, you guys. Like, no. Go back gently into the path and continue moving straight ahead. Focused and with a clear vision and openness to receive the insights and the feedback that others are also reflecting back at you. So breathe in, you guys, don't forget. Breathing. I hope that I don't forget, because I do forget sometimes and I miss it, and that's part of why I'm doing all this, to continue reminding myself of the most important things we need for the future. And I love you till I will. I love you, family. I love you, people that are following me, who doesn't know me. I love you. You are a part of me. We are a part of each other. And stop wishing bad and harm to others, you guys. Like, let's just stop that and just let's continue blessing the world, blessing people you meet, blessing everybody, and just continue just sharing the love, because ultimately we gotta teach with example how we want to be treated, you know. So let's keep blessing the world, and if things happen where you get triggered, find your outlets without harming anyone, you know. Find outlets and then come back. I like working out or dancing or screaming it out, or, you know, but also coming back to like peace and peace. We need so much peace in our hearts, peace in our minds, peace in our bodies. Like, stop traumatizing yourself. There is no need to do that. We don't need to traumatize ourselves through movies, through whatever we've seen, through people. Like, no, like, yeah, you are worthy of receiving the highest divine energies, frequencies, love, affection, charisma, like whatever, friendship, family. Like, you guys, we're not bondage by blood. There is your spiritual family, and once you are fully ready to receive it, then it comes. And if you're not, obviously want to arrive, and there is times for everything. Just give time to time, allow the space for things to set into motion in the way that it works best for you. Don't rush anything, and think clearly. When it's time to act, you know it, and when it's not, just, you know, take care of yourself. It's time for you to take care of yourself. So anyway, I hope you liked my little video. I love you again, and we'll see you soon in whatever else is happening in the magic of life and the mystery of life and the loving way of living life. Mwah.